Today's devotional is on John chapter 6, and here are a couple of pointers I do want to share. Okay, when everything is going well in your life, faith is easy. I think that's a fair thing to say, right? When life is going your way, faith is pleasant. I think that is also a fair thing to say. But what about times when life is not going your way? When life is difficult and you're in the midst of confusion, asking God questions like, what is going on? Why is this happening? When the teaching of the Bible is hard and it doesn't fit your way and understanding of life, like what do you do? So Jesus had many followers and disciples. And in this chapter, many of his disciples were asking similar questions, and they had a choice to make, either to continually follow Jesus or turn the other way. In verse 60, it says, on hearing it, many of his disciples said, this is a hard teaching. Who can accept it? Continuing on verse 66, from this time, many of his disciples turned back and no longer followed him. But just a friendly reminder, the disciples were there and experienced the miracle when Jesus was feeding 5,000 people. So they experienced the goodness of Jesus. But even in the midst of all that, unfortunately, many of them decided to turn the other way because the teaching of Jesus was difficult. They couldn't understand and accept Jesus in their lives. Some of them got offended by the teaching, and they were not about that life that Jesus was declaring. So here are a couple of questions I want to ask you. Okay. When life gets difficult, can you still say, I'm following Jesus? Because during those difficult times is when doubt and questions starts to come up. And those questions and the doubts you have are fair questions. Another question I want to ask is, when the teaching of the Bible is hard to understand and accept and is confusing, can you still say, I'm following Jesus? Can you say, although I don't understand this, I still believe his way is the right way, and his way is the truth, the way, and the life? And my prayer is this, that you will respond how Simon Peter responded to Jesus in this chapter. So in verse 67, Jesus asked the 12, the 12 of his boys, 12 disciples. He asked them as the other disciples are leaving. Jesus asked, you do not want to leave too, do you? Jesus asked the 12. Simon Peter answered him, Lord, to whom shall we go? You have the words of eternal life. We have come to believe and to know that you are the Holy One of God. Whatever you're going through, my prayer is that we, not only y'all, but including myself, that we could come to a place and declare that, Jesus, you're good. Jesus, I love you. And although I don't know what is going on, it is worth following you. If you have any questions or comments, I would love to hear your thoughts. My email address is below in the description. So if you have any questions or comments, shoot me an email. Y'all, hope this devotional helped. And y'all, have a great devotional. Have a great reading. Blessings.